Welcome back to Dance Studio Owner Life Coaching. Today, I'm excited to talk to Dana VanPell. She's one of my coaching clients, and I consider her a friend. So, I wanted to get started with you introducing yourself to our listeners and just tell us a little bit about yourself, your studio, and how long you've been a studio owner.
Hi, Ginger. Thank you for having me. Super excited. Um, I own a dance studio in Sayreville, New Jersey for the past 25 years. I am a single mom with two children, so this job is not easy, but it's getting easier with your help, that's for sure. Um, yeah, and here we are.
Nice. Now, what type of programs do you primarily offer? Do you do competitions? Do you do just recreational?
We have a competition team. We also have a performance team who compete at the novice level, and we have recreational classes starting with mommy and me all the way up to senior year of high school.
Nice. So all the age groups.
We have it all.
So before we started working together, what did your role in the studio look like day to day?
My role in the studio day to day, it was overwhelming. Um, I had a lot of people working for me. It just there was no clarity in anything. I just always felt like I was running on that hamster wheel. And once I started working with you, was when I actually started to enjoy being a business owner again. I was able to get systems in place. I am doing a lot of the work by myself still, but it doesn't seem so unorganized. Um, I'm not as stressed out. It's definitely helped put things into perspective and really brought the love of my business back, as well as loving to teach dance back in my
Yeah.
life as well.
Was there a moment when you realized that you wanted to reach out for some support or guidance?
To be honest with you, that's something that I've always wanted right from the get go. I always said to myself, I wish there was something or someone that would understand the business and would be able to help me. So I did join a few different, dance teacher organizations, and I almost felt like I kind of was wasting my time because a lot of meetings I would sit there and be like, okay, this really doesn't pertain to me, or this is not really where I'm at in my business right now. So I almost felt like I was kind of wasting my time because I was only able to get little bits and pieces from those workshops, which I guess helped in the long run. But with the one-on-one coaching, it's very targeted to exactly what I need and at that moment and where I'm at in my studio and where I'm at in planning for the season. And if I have questions, I could ask those questions and have them answered directly for what I need. So the one-on-one coaching is definitely helpful. And like I said, I it's something I always wanted. Just never really knew how to come about it until we ran into each other probably about 2 years ago, and here we
Yeah.
are.
So what were your first thoughts or impressions when we started working together?
I I was actually very relieved because I said to myself, this is exactly what I need.
Mm.
This is exactly what I want, and this is exactly what I need. And there are moments where, when we have a meeting booked and I say to myself, like, okay, I kind of have everything, under control. I don't really know what we're going to jump on and talk about. And those are the best meetings because, we either get into personal life and managing life itself, or digging deeper, like who would be thinking about summer classes in the beginning of March? And here we are, my summer schedule is done. And um, yeah, it's definitely helpful, that's for sure.
Was there anything that surprised you about the coaching process?
What surprised me the most, I think, is myself.
Hmm.
I think you definitely brought out a different side of me than I ever knew that I had. Um, and I think that's what's shocking, because I look at what I'm doing now in my business, and in 5 years ago I would have told you there's no way I could do that. And here I am doing it. So
Yeah.
the confidence, getting the confidence back is huge.
Yeah. So was there a mindset shift that really changed how you see your role?
Yes, it is definitely a mindset shift, because now I do believe in myself a lot more. There's moments of the day where I'll go back in my brain and remember little things that you tell me, as far as I we had a discussion about me not feeling that I wasn't organized and I didn't do my spreadsheets with colors and columns, and you had said to me, just because you do it differently than everybody else doesn't mean you're not organized. And when I was doing costumes yesterday, that's exactly what I was thinking. I said, as long as I'm doing it right, it doesn't matter how I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
remember that conversation.
There's been a
Um,
few conversations that I go back to, and it just gets me through. And
mhm.
that mind shift makes a difference. Instead of me always telling myself I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, I tell myself, no, I can do it. Just because it's different than how everybody else does it, it's still works.
Yeah, that's really important too, because I think being part of a bunch of different dance organizations that like you and I have both have done those over the years, one of the things that happens is someone would present an idea and then a bunch of people would all jump on it and say, oh, we're all going to do that same thing because this one person had success. And a lot of times that was negating what we already had in place
Mm-hmm.
or something we've already decided we weren't going to do. Um, and a lot of times it's got to be gone through that filter of does it actually fit for me and my business.
Correct.
um, and so it's interesting because I think there's a lot of value in sharing with other people in the same industry because we can get best practices and we all grow and get better as an industry. I think the challenge to us is to maintain that belief in ourselves and what we do have already, um, so that we're not constantly making changes, right? We're just working on taking what we have and making it greater rather than burning the whole thing down and doing somebody else's method.
That's how I felt. I felt like I was always trying to reinvent the wheel, and I was always fighting with myself, and I should be doing this or I should be doing that. And I think this year in particular is where I said to myself, you know what, Dana, you've been doing this for 25 years. This has been working. Keep it going and just tweak things here and there. Don't try to start fresh every year with a new program, new staff, new, just anything, like, and just settling in and kind of letting the dust settle and seeing what works and didn't work, and tweak a little bit at a time, is making a big difference
Yeah,
than attacking the whole thing all at once, and then you get overwhelmed, and then you just don't want to do it anymore because you're tired.
right. Now you did something interesting. One of the things that a lot of people do is they're trying to get out of teaching however many hours they're teaching. And you did that, but then you decided, wait a second, I really do enjoy being in the classroom. And you
Mhm.
made a shift, not all the way back, but back towards kind of what made sense for you. Could you talk a little bit about that? Because I think a lot of times I've heard the solution as stop teaching and start running your business, but you found something that's kind of middle of the road that works for you.
Yeah, so my mindset for this year going into 2026 was my daughter is a senior in high school, and obviously the business has been part of her life from day one. And I really kind of wanted to take a step back this year and not be in the classroom. So I could go to soccer games, and I could, take her to hang out with her friends and do all that fun mommy stuff. And I learned that my kids just want to come home from school and don't want to be a part of me anyway. So I said, why am I doing this? And I
Yeah.
love teaching. I love being in the classroom. I love being creative, especially with the little guys. Um, and I went back to teaching, and I just said to myself, this is where I'm good at. So I kind of really just balanced out my life as far as when the kids are in school. It's when I do the business work, whether I'm working at my studio or I'm at home working. And then at night, I teach. The one thing that I did stick to my guns was I'm out of the studio early. I'm out by 8 o'clock. So if we want to go out to eat, we still have time. If we want to watch a movie at night, we still have time. So just finding that balance and not ripping the band-aid off 100% made a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, One of the things that's interesting too is you're also part of the Leadership Roundtable, which is our small group um, coaching for studio owners. And what made you decide to be a part of that? Because you've been in it for a couple of rounds now.
Yes, I love it. It actually is my favorite time of the week. I love that it's on a Tuesday. It's still in the beginning of the week, and um I love the other studios that are in it as well. I think we all have a lot to share, and we're kind of all in the same areas of our business, I should say. I feel like we have a lot in common with each other. And I love that it's small. You're not just a number on a Zoom call and you have to like type in the chat, I have a question, and like not get answered.
Yeah.
I do love that it's small. Yeah, it's great. There if it wasn't for that group, I never would have done a winter show, which I've always wanted to do in 25 years. And me and another studio owner both said, I want to do a winter show, and we made it happen. But having the group and the support and the accountability made it happen. And I think often, like, if it wasn't for that conversation that we had, it still wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great opportunity for studio owners to I feel like it's therapy, truthfully. I look
Oh,
forward to it because we laugh, we cry,
yeah.
we vent, we share ideas. It's a little bit of everything. It's great.
Yeah. Are there any conversations or moments in the roundtable that really have stuck with you?
Yes, I would definitely have to say the moments when we share information on parents not knowing what's going on, and when we put it in an email and a text message on Facebook, and it just makes you realize that you're not alone.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
everywhere. And I think those are the moments that are priceless, when you realize that it's not just your studio.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not alone. And we've had several conversations in our in our group. I'm just laughing because uh yeah, why we keep the doors locked in the morning so no strangers walk in selling stuff. Like, it's
Yes.
just it's very refreshing.
Yeah. Have you do you have any changes that you've made in your business that you could share?
I've made a lot of changes in my business. One is how I collect costume deposits.
Yeah.
Um, that, and I actually thought of another good reason why how I did it is going to benefit me. As soon as the costumes come in, they're already paid for. So now they go home. They don't have to sit here
Yep.
for 2 months waiting for the balance. And so changing how I collect costume payments was a big shift. Adding a third room in my studio, turning part of my front desk area into a third room is has been beneficial. Taking attendance online, having the parents take attendance online has been very helpful, which you helped me with all of that. What else? Just how I interview people now is different. I used to, just take a phone call and be like, "Hey, okay, you have dance experience, come work for me." And I realized there's more to it than that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So that has been making a big difference in, the quality of staff that I have now. Really building and focusing on the culture in my studio. That's super important to me. Um, what else? I feel like so much has changed just between working with you and having the round table support. Um, yeah, it's just I totally have the love back again, and I
Yeah.
didn't for a while. It was stressful, but now I look forward to it. So
Yeah.
there's that. I the big mind shift is a big thing as well.
Yeah. So one of the things you mentioned in the beginning was that you were kind of in a place where you were exhausted and stressed. What impact has coaching had on your time, your stress level, and your personal life?
So I think coaching has it just has taught me so much. One, I don't fight myself anymore. So therefore, I don't have that stress where that would keep me up all night saying, should I do this? Should I do that? If it's something that's really bothering me, I either reach out to you if I don't have a meeting set up, um, or you know what, we discuss it in our next meeting. So getting out of that fighting stage with myself eliminates the stress. And just knowing that the systems are in place now. I mean, I still have work to do. I still have things that I need to change a little bit, but just having everything in line just helps the stress level. And I feel like I could breathe. Even if I'm at the studio from 9 to 9, I feel fulfilled when I leave. I feel like, wow, I got something done, not what I do all day.
Right.
Um, yeah. And just like I said, just having that support really just helps.
Yeah. So you have been a studio owner for 25 wonderful years, which is
Yes.
quite the milestone.
Yes.
As someone who's reached this level, what would you say to a studio owner that feels overwhelmed or stuck right now?
I would say hang in there
Hmm.
and tackle one thing at a time. Make a list of everything that you want to change and just check it off. Don't let it sit on you. Write it down and chip away one task at a time. I think that was my problem. I wanted to conquer the world in 24 hours, and it doesn't. It it's all a work in progress. You can't master it all. You're not going to have 1,000 students in your first few years. Like it takes time. It takes patience, and you just have to breathe through it.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any one thing that stands out that you feel so proud of?
I am creating my program for the recital this year, where last year I started it and was like, I can't do this.
Mm,
and and I hired someone to do it for me. And this year I was like, nope, I'm doing it. And it's almost done. And we're only in March. I just have to put the show order in and the names. So I'm very proud of that, just for the simple
yeah.
fact of 2 years ago, I didn't even know how to make a flyer. I didn't even
Mm,
know how to use Canva. And one summer, I said, okay, I'm going to take the kids to the pool and I am going to learn how to use Canva, whether it kills me or not. And it's my best friend now.
yeah.
So I'm proud of that. I am proud that my summer program is up and going already. Registration is open and we're only in mid March.
Yeah.
I wanted to get everything done before competition season rolled around, because once that happens, the time just flies. There's a lot there's a lot of shifts that I did, that make me proud, truthfully. Switching my shoe order and tight order to an online platform, that's been a game changer. Um, yeah.
Nice. What are you excited about for the future of your studio?
I am excited. Um, I'm excited to see what's next,
Mm,
truthfully. Um, Going in, next year is going into my 26th season. My children are now, my daughter's going to be 18 and my other one's going to be 16. Um, I'm excited to see what happens with their future and where
yeah.
they're headed. Um, I have a group of seniors who are graduating this year, so watching them grow and seeing what they do in the future, I'm excited for that. Um, I'm excited. I'm just excited to see where everything pans out,
Yeah.
truthfully.
Hmm. Dana, I want to thank you so much for sharing your experience, your growth, your challenges. And for me, as your coach, I feel so happy when you say, there's so many things I'm proud of myself for.
Mm-hmm.
I did this and this and this and this. So many times when I talk to studio owners, they might say, well, I'm glad that the students did well at their show, but they don't talk about their own personal achievements. And I think getting to a point where you celebrate your wins is so important for all of us to remember. Because
Yes.
as you said, hang in there. You might be in the thick of it now. But if you look at where you were 5 years
Mm-hmm.
ago, 3 years ago, that's where you see your growth.
Correct.
So just big thank you to you. Thank you for sharing your story. If people want to find you online, where can they find you?
First of all, thank you, because you
You're
are a
welcome.
big part of my success. My studio website is asitdance.com. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully meeting some new studio owners at the round table. It's a great opportunity. Um, and I enjoy working with you as always. I look forward to our meetings.
Yes. And you're right. We do laugh together, cry together,
We
cheer
do.
each other on.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah, definitely look forward to that, welcoming new members starting in April. So, everyone, if you are interested in joining the Leadership Roundtable, you can visit the website, thestudioownerlifecoach.com, to learn more and sign up. Until next time, I wish you the best.